Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. Hey there friends, let me tell you, I've been watching General Hospital for a long time now, and this week's episodes really had me glued to the screen like an old dog watching a squirrel in the yard. Oh man, poor Carly. That woman just can't seem to catch a break. I fell for her the whole time. She's always been that tough, big-hearted mama who will move heaven and earth for her kids, but lately she's been playing a dangerous game. Turns out she ended up sleeping with both Brennan and Valentine, and boy did it all come crashing down on her. She was spitting mad at Brennan for pulling Jocelyn into that shady WSB world and putting her daughter in real danger. I could almost hear Carly thinking, that's my little girl you're messing with. She got so wrapped up in her revenge that she kind of forgot how much trouble she was bringing down on both herself and Jocelyn. Two strong women, mother and daughter, heading straight for a bitter ending because of choices made in the heat of the moment. It broke my heart a little, you know? Life's funny that way. You think you're protecting your family, but sometimes you're the one stirring up the storm. I was sitting on my couch, shaking my head, saying out loud, Carly, honey, what in the world are you doing? She's got that fire in her, always has, but this time it felt like she was burning bridges she might need later. And Jocelyn, that poor girl's secrets are starting to spill out too. I hate seeing the young ones get dragged into the mess their parents made. It reminds me of what my grandpa used to say back home in Texas. The apple don't fall far from the tree, but sometimes it rolls right into the ditch. Then there's Brennan. That smooth-talking fella sat Nina down and told her straight out that it was time for them to change how they were handling their relationship. I raised an eyebrow at that one. Brennan's got this way about him, part charming, part dangerous, and I'm not sure which side is winning right now. Meanwhile, Michael came to his mama Carly and said he'd finally figured out a way to deal with Willow. I liked seeing that boy step up. Families should stick together even when everything's falling apart, right? But Carly was still fuming about that phone call from Valentine that almost gave away his location. She's got so much on her plate, it's a wonder she doesn't drop everything. And speaking of Valentine, those two had one of those classic blow-up moments that General Hospital does so well. He accused Carly of being jealous of Anna Devane. They started arguing hot and heavy. And before you know it, he was storming up to the attic like a bull in a china shop. Carly got so worked up, she smashed a plate on the floor, pieces everywhere, then went running after him. Next thing I saw, he pulled her into this deep, passionate kiss, and the two of them disappeared into the bedroom. I couldn't help but chuckle. Those two have history, that's for sure. It's messy, complicated, and full of that old spark that just won't die. Part of me thinks they're no good for each other, but another part understands how easy it is to fall back into something familiar when life gets crazy. Over at the hospital, Sonny finished up a serious talk with Brennan in his office and then ran into Britt. He told her that Jason Morgan is laying low in some secret spot in Jakarta and offered to keep an eye on her while Jason's gone. Sonny's still playing the protector after all these years. That man's loyal to the bone even when he doesn't have to be. Britt said she was fine, but Sonny made it clear the offer stood if she changed her mind. It was a quiet moment, but it showed how these people still look out for each other in their own way. But the scene that really had my heart pounding was back at Carly's house. Brennan walked into the kitchen, saw all those broken pieces of the plate scattered across the floor, and noticed the two wine glasses still sitting there. You could see the wheels turning in his head. He didn't hesitate, marched straight up to the bedroom, pushed that door open, and found Carly lying there alone under the covers. The look on his face when he growled, "Where is he?" Man, the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Carly just stared back at him, shocked and caught completely off guard. I was leaning forward in my chair thinking, oh boy, here we go. You just know there's going to be a whole lot more fireworks between Carly and Brennan in the days ahead. These storylines are heating up fast, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Carly's world is unraveling, Jocelyn's secrets are coming out, and all these tangled hearts in Port Charles are about to make things even messier. Hey folks, let me tell you something that's got me really worked up about this week's General Hospital. That whole situation with Jocelyn and Cassius is turning into a real storm, and I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat worrying about that young girl. Cassius is getting mighty fed up with Jocelyn always poking around and asking questions that are none of her business. To him, both Carly and her daughter are nothing but a big headache. Here you've got Carly running around, sleeping with two men at the same time, Brennan and Valentine, and she's calling it her sweet revenge. Meanwhile, her own daughter quits college, drops everything, and runs off to join the WSB. I just shake my head and think, what in the world are these two thinking? It's like the whole family decided to jump into the deep end without checking if there's water in the pool. I keep picturing Carly when she finally finds out how deep her daughter is in trouble. That woman is going to lose her mind. She's already got so much on her shoulders, and now she's going to realize that her little girl might actually get killed by Cassius. The thought of it makes my stomach turn. Jocelyn is still so young and innocent in a lot of ways. She thinks she's tough enough to play this dangerous game, but she's walking straight into the arms of an old fox who's been around the block more times than she can count. Cassius is smart, cold, and he doesn't mess around when someone threatens what he's built. He already knows Jocelyn is working for the WSB. Those questions she keeps asking about Caesar Phazone and that mysterious book of his are making him real nervous. He can see she's not going to let it go. Jack Brennan put that girl under cover and tried real hard to make her drop the whole investigation, but Jocelyn's got that stubborn fire from her mama. She keeps talking to anyone who'll listen, digging for answers. Brennan told her to stop, but that didn't slow her down one bit. Now she's starting to suspect that Nathan isn't who he says he is. His sudden return to Port Charles just doesn't add up in her mind, and she's putting the pieces together. Cassius knows that if she starts spreading those suspicions around, his whole carefully built life is going to come crashing down. This isn't just business anymore, it's personal. He's got a whole new identity, a life he's made for himself pretending to be Nathan, and he's not about to let some college dropout girl ruin it all. I tell you what, the way things are heading, Cassius is going to go way too far. Threats probably won't be enough to shut her up. A man like him doesn't stop at warnings. My gut tells me that on those May 4 episodes, we might see him do something drastic. What if he decides the only way to keep her quiet is to grab her? Kidnap that poor girl and make her disappear for a while? The idea of Jocelyn being taken like that gives me chills. She's tough, but she's no match for someone as experienced and ruthless as Cassius. He's been playing this game a lot longer than she has. Carly's going to be torn apart when she learns the truth. All that time she spent chasing revenge and getting tangled up with two men, and now her daughter is paying the price. Two strong women who love each other more than anything, but their choices have pulled them into a dangerous corner. I keep thinking about what my old daddy used to say, pride and payback make a mighty poor pair of friends. Looks like Carly and Jocelyn are learning that lesson the hard way. These next episodes are going to be heavy, I can feel it. Jocelyn's walking a tightrope, and Cassius is standing right there ready to cut the rope. I'm hoping against hope that Carly wakes up in time to protect her baby girl, but with the way the story's going, things might get real dark before they get better. I'll be right here watching every single minute, heart pounding, praying these Port Charles ladies find their way out of this mess.